So as I was saying, the the head of the Imam Hussain AS was brought to Ibn Ziyad, and then Anas ibn Malik has quoted as being saying that the hair and the beard of the Imam Hussain AS was dyed black. So he was 58, and you can dye that. You can dye as long as you want it black. That's not an issue. And like I said, the Shias do black and brown, and all of them, whether they're young and old, and they do it. And mashallah, that's very good. And Barelvis do it, but these Ahl Hadith and Ahl Hadith and Deobandis and Salafis, they don't do it. They look like Jews. So it's okay. I mean, if they don't, they don't. That's not an issue. But young people dye, not the old. Old has been recommended to dye brown. And the Prophet ﷺ's miracle is, like I said to you in the previous video, is that in say Bukhari, say Muslim, the Prophet ﷺ's hair and the beard hair, Anas bin Malik has quoted that there was no more than 20 hair. Subhanallah. So he had just white hair and hair, and his beard was black. MashaAllah. So I do dark brown, medium brown. Sometimes I do brown and mix it with a darker brown, a reddish kind of white, so just sparkles in the sun. I do that when I'm free, but when I'm not free, I just do dark brown, medium brown, inshallah. And I copy Imam Hussain AS, and I want to look like the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. And one of the I will come to the issue of how long should be the beard and what length should it go to. Inshallah, I'll come to that on another time. This is the time that I thought that I will finally tell you about the coloring of the beard. So that is what the Prophet ﷺ said, that you should be different from the Jews and Christians. Dye your hair, and not black is for the people, older people, and they use brown. These Maulvis and other Amirs, and they do red, and I've seen some of them on the TV. It looks awful. Sorry to say. It looks awful. In some of the episodes, my beard was slightly white. Now I have dyed it, so mashallah, I look better, isn't it? My children, mashallah, are my source of knowledge and my source of experience, and they say, Abba, you look good in this one. Yes. So this looks a lot better, or even brown, dark brown, looks more neater, tidy. Now, if I have a red shining beard, it looks awful. It looks good on the woman here. There's a lady we normally see in weddings, a girl, and her hair is a reddish kind of a brownish, and we all like it. This looks nice. But if the man has a kind of a reddish kind of it looks awful. But they think they're copying the Prophet ﷺ. No, they don't have no knowledge. They have no knowledge. They just claim that they're ulama. They're not. They should read the book from cover to cover, and they'll be able to understand. One thing I forgot is that Mashkat Sharif, one of my friend found me, and he said you didn't mention Mashkat Sharif. So Mashkat Musabi is an encyclopedia for these. So what the Mashkat Sharif that has been quoted in Pakistan is Mashkat Sharif, or Mashkat Musabia, is a collection of books, is an encyclopedia for these. What that Imam has done is that he's collected all these major ones from say Bukhari, say Muslim, Jami Tirmizi, Abu Dawood, and then he's from Ibn Majah and Ibn Nasai. So Sunan Nasai. Sunan Nasai is a big Sunan Kubra, which is a bigger book. Then it's a smaller book, and then other of these books, Imam Al-Bahiki, and that's also, and Imam Darmi as well. And there are many, but these are the ones that are most popular. And other people, they have. I haven't read all of them, but some of these I know are taken from those books. So Mishkat Sharif is encyclopedia. So if you are like if you like, for you, I would say in Pakistan is because that's encyclopedia. So if you buy that, then all the hadiths are there. So they'll say muttafaqun alai, means that this one is both found in say Muslim and say Bukhari. So that is combined, or a common hadith you'll find in Mushkat Sharif or Mushkat Musabiyah. So that's what Mushkat Sharif is. So that is the reason the Prophet ﷺ is said that you dye your hair, and it can be for the hair on the top, your head hair or beard, and you can dye red. The Prophet ﷺ never did mehndi. I must tell you that, and he never. There is one hadith. I think I've read it because I'm very careful what I say, because every hadith book, if you read it, the first hadith is innamal a'malu binniyat, and the second hadith most quoted is saying that anybody who says about the Prophet, or goes back to the Prophet said that, and it is not true, he should find his place in hell. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah min zalik. And just imagine how many Maulvis do it every day, quoting, just saying it. They don't even verify it. Yes. So anybody who says thing and says the Prophet ﷺ said that and didn't verify it is making it up, and he should find his place in hell. This every hadith book says. It's one of the common hadiths, authentic hadiths. Because during these collectors of these time, there were fake hadiths coming out, because the nation was divided. The nation was divided because the Prophet ﷺ said that the Khilafat will last for 30 years. After that, it will be Malakiyat, means will be like kings, the kings, and there will be dynasties, and the Khilafat, the rightly guided caliphs, will be 30 years. So if you look at the time of the Prophet ﷺ after his when he departed from this world, and after his death, you'll find that Abu Bakr's 2 years, then Umar's 10 years, then Usman's 12 years, and Hazrat Ali Karbala Wajh's 6 years, and that's 30 years. So in that 6 years, 5.5 is Ali's, and 6 months is the rightly guided caliph Hazrat Imam Hussain AS. Subhanallah, 30 years. So Imam Hussain AS, they've been his reputation has been tarnished by these Maulvis and other people, these big ulamas, they quote that he had 100 wives. Astaghfirullah. This is a lie, is an open lie. This is an open lie. I've read it, I've researched it, there was no such thing. They've added these things to malign him so that people would say that he was not capable for a leader of the Ummah. Astaghfirullah min zalik. How can be that the grandson of the Prophet ﷺ, how can that be? That he was a very strong leader in a strong army, but because he thought that so many companions have died during the battles of Safin and with Amir Mawiyah, so Hazrat Amir Mawiyah, that he thought it was necessary to make a truce and a pact, and that pact was based on truth, and that Amir Mawiyah would rule according to the Khulafai Rashidin, and there were pacts that he wouldn't nominate anyone, and the Malik Ghanimat, fifth part, would be given to the Ahl Bayt. So that is why that is given. That is Allah has given. Allah's messenger, and Allah has given them. It's not Amir Mawiyah or any Bani Umayyah government has done it. And then obviously he did for 6 months, and then he made a truce. All these things are lies, astaghfirullah. And I don't know how would they face, these Maulvis and these Deobandis, Al-Hadis, and Barelvis as well, I suppose, I don't know. They would face the Prophet ﷺ when they were saying these things about his family, astaghfirullah, about his grandsons, that was he used to say, these are my flowers from Jannah, say in Jami Tirmizi. These are flowers. These are my flowers. And it said in Sahih Bukhari that Imam Hussain AS, when they're little, they used to be with the Prophet ﷺ. They would really, when he used to pray, they would jump on him and he would elongate his sajda. There's in Sahih Bukhari that the companions sometimes thought that what happened to the Prophet ﷺ is not getting up from the sajda. And they would see a child on his back. There are many traditions. These are authentic traditions. And one of the hadiths quoted by Abu Hurairah is that authentic hadith is that when it was dark and Prophet ﷺ say, okay, children, go home to your mother. And it is reported in one of the hadiths that a light used to come from heaven, and they would, would guide them to the home. Subhanallah. Allah, protected them. So these are special people. There's no doubt about it. This family. So when these Maulvis claim this, I whoever says anything about Ahl Bayt, that's my way. Anyway. So these Maulvis and these historians claim, so don't buy that. These are one of the Prophet ﷺ said, and they're his grandsons, and there are leaders in Jannah. So how can we say anything about them? How can we say about Fatima Zahra, who she is the leader of women? How can we say anything about Hazrat Ali Karbala Waju? He in the same hadith in Jami Tirmizi, authentic hadith by Albani, Nasruddin Albani, that he says that the Prophet ﷺ said that these will be the leaders of the younger people in paradise, and Hazrat Ali Karbala Waju will be higher than them. Subhanallah. So you can't really, and one of the authentic is Sahih Muslim. I think many other these, but Sahih Muslim, this is the touchstone. I always say, is that the sign of a mu'min is that who loves Ali, and sign of a munafiq who hates Ali. Both. The one who's mu'min, is the one who loves Ali, Hubbi Ali, and the one who's munafiq will keep enmity and hatred against Hazrat Ali Karamullah. So these Maulvis, when these big Maulvis, they do Ameen, and big jubbas they have, and patkas, and they say Ameen, and they read the namaz, as if they are the ones. And when you speak about Hazrat Ali Karamullah Waju, their face changes. They think, you're Shia? Are you Shia? One Arab called me, are you Shia? I said, no, I'm Mu'min. He said, where is that? I said, there's a this. In one time in 2003, 2002, I went to Syria as well also. Inshallah, I've traveled a lot in other places, Dubai and Qatar. I like traveling because this is how I learn. So I said, here it is. This is hadith. So I went there and told him, because I always carry books with me. Some of these, hadiths, when people say, I just put in my pocket. Or now there's a phone now, so obviously internet, Google. Sheikh Google is there, and Sheikh YouTube. But this is how because they don't read it, they hear it. Like I said, anybody who is born a Brelvi will be Brelvi, and Deobandi and Shia and others. And Shias have their own issues. They have hyped it up as well into a different angle, but I don't want to go into that one. This is truly about, and this topic is basically for the coloring of the beard, and that's why I color it. Inshallah, I will continue to color it, and you should continue color dye it. With an open heart. If you want to know the hadiths, then there's another someone I was about to mention that, but I think I made Sheikh Google. That was Islam 360, app developed by a Pakistani who spent a lot of money, and it's really beautiful. 360 app, Islam 360. Islam 360, and if you download it and just type anything, and it'll come up. Any hadith, any matter you want to, and it's quite easy. Away from these Maulvis, keep away from them. They've got nothing. And you learn your Quran, like I say in every episode, and you learn the hadith. And if you don't want, that's it. Any masala you need, you will say, well, why should we, where do we learn? You can learn from them. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but what I'm saying to you is that you are be accountable for your deeds and verify it. Yes, if the Maulvi say something which is according to the Prophet ﷺ, yes, take it. It's not to say that. But at this age, in this time, it's very difficult to find good ones. So first, if you have a Maulvi friend or a peer friend, ask him, can I see your bank statement? That's it. If you see these mosques, they have millions of pounds, cash in their accounts. So, and they still want more. So just check the balance. And if you, for example, if you want me to be your guide, you can ask me, Mr. Rashid, can we see your bank statement? I'll say, here it is. I'll put it here. Because I don't have fear and I don't hold money. Even at this age and time, I can show you what balance is. My money, it's business money or whatever. I earned it. I didn't earn it from my source, which is the religion. No, I didn't earn it. So that's how it is. That's the Prophet ﷺ was open, the companions open. is when the Ummah, when this is where the problems arose. When the Khulafai Rashidin were finished, then the kingdom started. The first king of the Muslim nation is Amir Muawiyah, Bani Umayyah. These are the ones, these are the cruel governments that ruined the Islamic nation. And then Imam Hussain al-Islam. Imam Hussain al-Islam and the Quran, subhanAllah. This Quran, subhanAllah. This Quran. Imam Hussain al-Islam is martyrdom for the Quran. And not everybody can be Imam Hussain al-Islam. It has to be from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It's from the Alvi family. This is Ali's family, Fatima's family. He has to be. And after the pact of Amir Muawiyah, I'm going, not the topic is for the dyeing the hair, but anyway, I'll just give you information just for your knowledge, because you might not know, is that after the pact with Amir Muawiyah, Imam Hassan, agreed with the pact, and then they started, taking his the Prophet Sallam's grandson Imam Hassan's people, who fought during the Hazrat Ali's time against Amir Muawiyah. They started to confiscate their land. They used to kill them, and people used to come to Imam Hussain al-Islam. It's not that it's not about alcohol and that Yazid was alcoholic, or he was used to hear songs and things like. It's not about that. This is a deep-rooted history you have to understand. So people used to come to Imam Hussain al-Islam and say, this is what they're doing. They're like many hadiths in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, all the authentic books. You read it and you'll find, and then in the chapters of Fazaili, Imam Hassan, Imam Hussain, or Hazrat Ali Karamullah, you'll find it. So, and that Amir Muawiyah is doing this, and they would openly come, but Imam Hussain al-Islam said, my brother has done a pact, so I can't do anything. So Imam Hassan al-Islam was given poison. This is not a Shia story, sir. This is Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim I'm talking about. This is authentic hadith I'm talking about. Jami' Tirmizi I'm talking about. Ibn Nasai I'm talking about. Imam Nasai, you read them, read all the hadiths. All the hadiths, you read it. This is not your job whether you make it weak or you make it strong. You read it. In the link, you'll say it, and then at the bottom, the Imam will say, well, this is weak hadith. But the Maulvis don't say that. They quote it. So you read it and you will find it, Sunan Nasai, that he was given poison, and Imam Hussain al-Islam one day came and he went to and he said that my liver is bleeding, and this time they done, and Imam Hussain al-Islam asked him, who is the poison? Now look at the standards, subhanallah. And one of when Imam Hassan al-Islam was so he was ill, and I think he went to relieve himself, and I think he saw the blood coming out, and he said this time they think they have my liver has been torn into pieces because of the blood that was coming out. And Imam Hussain alayhi salam, another companion, was there, and they asked him, who has done this? Tell us. And look at the beautiful words of Imam Hassan alayhi salam. He said that if I tell you who it is, and if I'm wrong, you killed an innocent person. And that's why I'm not going to tell you. So he passed away. So if you look at the beneficiaries, who are the beneficiaries? Amir Muawiyah. There is no doubt about it. And then there's another hadith in Sahih Bukhari, Sahih Muslim, that when Imam Hassan alayhi salam died, people went to Amir Muawiyah. And there was one companion, he was a very famous companion, I forgot his name, you can check it out. And he said that, do you know that Imam Hassan has died? And he said, Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. Everybody says that when they hear somebody's death, but normally any calamity falls, you say that. So he just said that. And this is, I quote words, you look it up in the hadith and you'll follow it, you'll see it. And Amir Mawiyah says that, are you crying for Hassan? You saying that for Hassan? Is that a calamity? And another man, I always say Imran Khan, says Darbari. Imran Khan is wrong, but anyway, he normally says words, Darbari. So Darbari was sitting there, and he goes, "Good job, the flame, has been put off. Changari, these are the words in Urdu I read. Changari buj gayi. Astaghfirullah min zalik." So this is how they did it, and then they benefited from it. And obviously, this is what happened. And then when Yazid was nominated, then Imam Hussain AS, he took his family. He told everyone, he has to give the sacrifice for this. Otherwise, if we don't have the sacrifice of Imam Hussain AS in the battle of Karbala, we wouldn't have this, that what we Maulvis, and we have this Quran and this Hadith books that we have. We would have exactly the same situation as the Jews are now. Different books, different everything. But Allah is, Allah is the controller of the universe. He knows, and He protected everything. So, and look at the sacrifice. Would anybody is mad now? For example, some nutters stand up here and say, let's go to Parliament, and no, this is not for personal. This is why Imam Hussain, you need to understand this, that he has to give the sacrifice of Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's grandson. So when the matters have gone that far that you have no choice, then you need to sacrifice your life. And if anybody else did it, it wouldn't matter. It had to be the grandson of the Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. It has to be the leader of Jannah. See, do you understand the point? This is it. It has to be Imam Hussain, the grandson of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. There's no one else who can, and that's what happened. After the tragedy of the Karbala, the Ummah nation revolted. They said no. Then Abdullah bin Zubair, son of Zubair, Abdullah ibn Zubair, Abdullah bin Zubair, son of Zubair, he took over Medina and Hijaz area. And then they had Mukhtar, who took over in a revolt in Iraq. That's how they did the revolt, and that's why the nation divided. That's why the first capital was Medina, then is moved to Kufa, and then is moved to Sham. See, so this is how you have Syria, you have Iraq, and you have Hijaz, Mecca and Medina. So these are three, the triangle. That is, this is where you have in Mecca we have Rukn Yamani, Rukn Sham, Rukn Iraq, that. These are the four cities, very important. So that's what happened. These were muftis of Iraq, which were closer to Hazrat Ali Karamallahu Wajhu. Then there was muftis of Sham, which followed, at that time, and then muftis of Makkah and muftis of Medina. So that's why you have different schools of thought. So Imam Malik is from Medina, Imam Abu Hanifa is from Iraq. He is a non-Arab. He is from Iran, and then you have Imam Shafi, and then you have Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. So these are the four schools of thought, and other schools. And Imam Jafar Sadiq, he is also a very good Imam, and the Shia Imams are really, and true followings of Sunnah. So you must be really careful. I shouldn't be saying anything about those Imams. Yes, the Shias venerate them and bring them into some sort of, that's their issues. But we should really respect them. Imam Jafar Sadiq is also, he taught Imam Abu Hanifa. And all these, Imam Abu Hanifa was the student of Imam Malik. Imam Malik, then Imam Shafi, student of Imam Malik, and Imam Hanbal is a student of Imam Shafi. And Imam Muslim and Imam Bukhari are the students of Imam Ahmad bin Hanbal. So on and so forth. That's how they bring the chains of traditions back to the Prophet. Inshallah. 1 minute, please.